Hey, welcome back to Beyond the Message, where we're diving in again now for week 3 of the 5 love languages. And this week, John, we're looking at physical touch.
Yes.
And I tell you, this one is going to be a fun video shoot with us.
Without a doubt. This is also why I love the fact that it was Pastor Ted Cunningham, such a great friend of our church, such a great friend to Pastor Alex. And what makes me still today laugh is I've gotten the chance over the last 5 years to get to know Ted. And this is not his love language.
Okay.
And that's what makes when he's able to talk about it so enjoyable. He brings such levity, but also such truth. And what a gift he was to our church today.
Well, and when we think about physical touch, man, the first thing for guys that comes to mind is sex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is my love language. But physical touch, when we think about it, we've talked about something each week.
Yep.
Love brings comfort. Physical touch should be about bringing comfort, whether it's holding a hand or having your arm around somebody. It's letting them know, hey, I care. I am here with you. I am here for you. It could have something to do with sexual relations with your spouse, but that's not what we should think about whenever we're talking about physical touch. We should think about love brings comfort.
Yeah, and the reality is, as we've made mention of every week, is this is not a marriage series.
Right.
This is the command of God to love one another. And what I would just throw to you, though, is we are both married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of you who are watching may be married. So in terms of your spouse, how is it that if this is the way your spouse receives love, what are some practical ways that you can express love through physical touch?
Yeah, and this is my wife's actual second love language. So again, the first one made it easy. This one makes it easy too. And the thing with this is letting your spouse know, I'm trying to touch, again, we've said this before, I'm trying to touch your heart. Yeah. I'm trying to let you know I care, that I'm here with you. I care for you. I'm going to help you through it. And so it has to be in a way that she learns to trust my motives. Mm-hmm. Because if she thinks everything's just about sex and I'm doing it, then I'm doing it for me. What can I get out of it? But if she knows I'm doing this because I want to touch your heart, I want you to feel loved. I want you to feel comforted. I want you to know that I'm there with you. And so some of the things that I have done is like holding hands while we're walking or praying or simply sitting and talking. Sometimes we'll be at church and I'll just reach down and hold her hand, or we'll be at the movie theater and I'll move her like we did when we were dating and put my arm around her. Just little times just to let her know. I'll walk by her. Just yesterday, I was getting ready for bed and I walked by her and I just rubbed her on the back like this and said, hey, I love you. And just went on. Just little things to let her know, hey, I love being connected to you. When I hold your hand, it just reminds me of, sitting in chapel in college and holding hands in chapel as we were singing and trying to focus on worshiping God and not, I've got the hottest girl in school dating me,
Yes.
So that was one of the things we do. Another, sitting close together while watching a movie. We tend to sit in our favorite chair. I've got my recliner, but sometimes, hey, let's just sit here next to each other and watch the movie together. Or let's go someplace and sit on the same side of the booth. I'm not a touchy-feely person, and I'd rather her sit across from me at dinner so I can look at her and talk to her. But sometimes we'll come in and I'll say, hey, move over. She'll go, what are you doing? And I say, I just need to sit next to you tonight.
I want to applaud the fact that you sacrificially give up your recliner to sit close to your wife. I mean, the self-denial you are exhibiting in that moment.
Well, suffering for Jesus.
Oh, there you go. That's great.
I hope she doesn't watch this.
She will.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that I do is making an affectionate touch a normal part of everyday life. It's something that is like you talked a few weeks ago about your natural rhythm. Yeah. Making physical touch a part of our natural rhythm. That it's not expected, but it is. She knows that how this is his motive. He just wants me to know that's what she's going through.
That's really good.
And that I love her.
Yep. Okay, so when I think about physical touch, I think we have to think through it, especially within our culture, a little bit different when we're dealing outside of marriage. But let's not be so repulsed that we can't engage, because this is how people do it may be their primary,
Mm-hmm.
the way that they receive love.
Yeah.
And so, as I think of people outside of marriage, I think about just the power of a pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I think about the power of shaking a hand and looking someone in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I think about the power of even praying for someone and the physical touch of saying, "Can I place my hands, lay
Mm-hmm.
hands on you, to where you can feel a connection
Mm-hmm.
point?" And there's ways to do it, just so we can all be aware. There's ways to do it so it's not weird.
Exactly.
But can we not be weird?
Yeah.
Let's just be intentional to reach out and to say, okay, there are ways. And sometimes it is a slap on the back.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just that rubbing of elbows of saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm going to get in here and do this with you. The physical connection of doing something together
Mm-hmm.
is sometimes all the physical touch someone else may need.
Exactly.
But as you think about someone outside of Shirley or William, are there any other things that you would do that expresses physical touch?
Yeah, I think for me, a couple that I wrote down is like a family member. When I see my mom and dad, I always immediately hug them. I don't get to see my sister or her kids that often, but when I do, I want them to know, hey, Uncle Bob, he loves you, he cares for you, and that. So with family, I try to, but like close friends over the years, those come easily. But coworkers, it's the thing I love about our church is we're a hugging church,
Mhm.
and I'll see guys that I haven't seen. Like my group has been off for the summer, like most groups, and I'll see the guys at church, and we'll shake hands and then shake hands and hug at the same time.
Yeah.
And we've found a way, which I know is which guys that's comfortable with, and things like that. How about with you? What are some things that?
I think it's very much the same way. I've got some nephews where they want the physical embrace,
Mhm,
and then the others, they are great with the high five.
mhm,
It- Part of this is helping us to have that awareness, because I think even the perfect model of that was Jesus.
yeah,
There were times where there was a word spoken and the healing came. There was other times where he knelt down and physically touched someone and the healing came.
mhm,
Oh, may we have the awareness to go, not everyone has or receives love in the same way, but that doesn't negate our need to learn this love language
right,
and to express it in right, healthy rhythms and ways. And that's part of why we've given you a love challenge,
mhm,
is that way you can look through it, figure out some ways that you could express love through physical touch, and to do it in right, healthy, God honoring ways. Because here's what we know: love does bring comfort. And
mhm.
our prayer is that this week you would be challenged, but also be blessed
Yes.
as you extend love and love one another well.